As a veterinarian who has treated hundreds of cats, I have discovered a troubling reality. Most problems with the litter box are not the fault of the cat. They are the fault of the owner. What you might not see is that these small errors do more than just cause bad behavior. They cause actual illness. I have seen healthy cats suffer from kidney failure, bladder infections, and lung damage. This does not happen because they are sick, but because of what is happening inside their litter box right now. What surprises me the most is that recent research shows over 78% of cat owners make at least one mistake every day that harms their cat's health. That scent you think is normal is actually filled with ammonia strong enough to hurt human lungs. Imagine what that does to a small cat breathing it in all day and night. The dusty litter you choose because it is cheap releases tiny particles that can scar lung tissue in just a few weeks. The worst part is that your cat will not show they are in pain until the situation is very serious. I have seen cats go from playing at home to being in the hospital in less than a week because of a litter box mistake the owner did not even know they were making. Now, we are going to look at the hidden habits that are quietly hurting your cat's health. Tell me in the comments, how many of these dangerous mistakes are you making right now? The first mistake is the trap box. Have you ever wondered why your cat walks up to a covered litter box, smells the door, and then backs away? The truth is that you have turned their bathroom into a scary place. Cats are hunters, but they are also prey animals that are built to survive attacks. In nature, they would never enter a cave with only one way out. A covered litter box is exactly that, a dark, closed trap where every sound feels like a threat. Imagine being forced to breathe in your own waste. Studies show that inside a covered box, ammonia levels can be 200% higher than in open boxes within only 24 hours. That trapped air is full of toxic gas that can burn their nose and lungs. Cats have noses 14 times more sensitive than yours. What smells a bit strong to you feels like acid to them. It is not just the smell either. Research shows that cats forced to use closed boxes have much higher stress levels. This leads to bladder issues, infections, and even hair loss from constant worry. Every time your cat goes inside, their heart rate goes up. They are not just using the bathroom, they are trying to survive. Most owners buy these boxes for privacy, but to a cat, that privacy feels like a prison. The fix is easy. Take off the lid. Use an open, large box in a quiet spot. Your cat will breathe better and finally feel safe. The second mistake is choosing toxic litter. That fresh-scented litter you like is actually poisoning your cat. Every time you pour it, a cloud of invisible dust fills the room. You smell flowers, but your cat smells chemicals. Most popular litters are made from clay that releases tiny silica particles. These particles stay in the air for hours and get deep into your cat's lungs, scratching the tissue. Frequent exposure increases the risk of asthma symptoms by 60%. It gets even worse because the fake scents are made of chemicals that react with cat urine to create harmful gas. This can cause coughing, watery eyes, and long-term lung damage. To you, it is perfume. To your cat, it is toxic gas. I have treated cats that coughed for months before the owners realized the litter was the problem. One cat started breathing better just 3 days after switching to unscented litter. Your cat spends a lot of time near that box. If you would not want to breathe in chemicals every time you use the bathroom, they should not have to either. The fix is simple. Switch to an unscented, low-dust natural litter made from things like paper or corn. Within a week, you will notice your cat sleeping better and breathing easier. The third mistake is skipping the daily cleaning. Would you use a toilet that has not been flushed for 3 days? Then you should not expect your cat to do it. You might scoop when it looks dirty, but by then, it is already dangerous. After just 24 hours, a small amount of used litter contains millions of bacteria like E. coli and Salmonella. Because a cat's sense of smell is so strong, a box that smells slightly bad to you feels unbearable to them. When the box is dirty, your cat might hold their urine and wait. Holding it in leads to bladder pressure and infections that can become deadly very quickly. I have seen cats with blocked bladders that were about to burst because their owners thought cleaning every few days was enough. As waste sits there, ammonia levels also rise high enough to irritate eyes and lungs. Frequent contact with a dirty box irritates the urinary tract and puts pressure on the kidneys, which leads to permanent organ damage. Research proves this. Cats that have their boxes cleaned every day are 80% less likely to get urinary diseases. That is not just an opinion. It is a fact based on data. Taking 1 minute to scoop every day can actually add years to your cat's life. Here is the plain truth. Being lazy about scooping is not harmless. It is a slow process of organ failure hidden as a convenience for you. Pick up the scoop. Your cat's life depends on it, and they are silently hoping you will take action. The fourth mistake is making cats share one box. Having 2 cats and 1 box might seem easy, but it is wrong. To your cats, that single box is not a bathroom. It is a place to fight. In nature, no cat would ever share a toilet. Their smell is their personal mark and a sign of their territory. When you force 2 cats to use 1 box, you are asking them to live and fight over the same small area. A spot that should be private becomes a stressful zone of smells and power struggles. Every time 1 cat uses the box, they leave behind chemicals that claim the space. When the second cat enters, they feel like they are in danger. Their stress hormones go up and their heart rate jumps. What should be a quick bathroom trip becomes a scary standoff. Experts in cat behavior found that homes with many cats but too few boxes have 5 times more fighting and anxiety. I have seen cats that refuse to use the box at all. They choose to go on beds or piles of laundry instead. This is not because they are being mean. It is because they are afraid. One owner had 2 cats and only 1 box. The cats fought every day and ruined the furniture. After she added 2 more boxes, the fighting stopped in just 1 week. No medicine was needed, just more bathrooms. The rule every cat owner must learn is the number of cats plus 1. If you have 2 cats, you need 3 boxes. If you think you are saving space by having only 1, you are actually causing constant stress. Give each cat their own safe spot to end the hidden war in your home. The 5th mistake is putting the box in the wrong spot. You would not eat your dinner right next to your toilet, yet many owners make their cats do that. When you put the litter box near their food or in a loud room, you create a nightmare for them. What is easy for you feels like chaos to your cat. Cats need privacy. Their litter box should be a quiet, safe place, not a stage in the middle of noise and movement. Basements with cold floors or laundry rooms with loud machines are terrible spots. You might not mind the sound of a washing machine, but to a cat with sharp hearing, it sounds like a loud monster. The wrong location changes how their body works. Studies show that cats living with constant noise or stress have much higher chances of avoiding the litter box. This is not bad behavior. It is panic. Your cat is just trying to feel safe in a place that feels dangerous. I have seen cats hold their waste for a long time and get infections because their box was next to a loud dryer. One owner moved a box only 10 feet away to a quiet corner, and the problem stopped immediately. The fix is to find a peaceful spot. Put the box in a low-traffic area where the cat can see the whole room and has ways to escape. When they feel safe, they can relax. The 6th mistake is using a box that is too small. That tiny box you bought might look nice to you, but to your cat, it feels like a coffin. It is a tight space that causes fear. Imagine using a toilet made for a child where your knees hit the walls and you can't move. That is how your cat feels in a small box. The truth is that 90% of boxes in stores are too small for an adult cat. Your cat needs enough room to step in, turn around, and dig without hitting the sides. The right size is 1.5 times the length of your cat from their nose to their tail. Anything smaller makes them crouch in ways that hurt their hips and spine. If your cat hangs over the edge, they are trying to avoid pain. I have treated cats with joint pain caused by twisting around in cramped boxes. Small boxes lead to big stress. The fix is to get rid of the small designer box and buy a large one. A simple plastic storage bin is a great choice. It costs much less, fits your cat's body better, and feels like freedom instead of a tight space. Within a few days, you will see the results. Less mess, no more accidents, and a cat that looks relaxed instead of tense. Comfort is not a luxury for them. It is a matter of survival. The seventh mistake is having walls that are too high. Is your cat having a hard time climbing into their box? You might think tall sides keep the litter inside, but for your cat, they turn every bathroom trip into a painful climb. For kittens, older cats, or overweight cats, those walls are like mountains. Many cats are quietly suffering every time they try to use the box. Joint pain is very common in older cats, with studies showing over 60% of cats over age 10 suffer from it. Most owners do not notice because cats do not often limp or cry out. They just stop jumping or stop using the box. That mess on the carpet is not an act of rebellion. It is a sign of agony. Your cat did not choose to go outside the box. They physically could not get inside. For heavy cats, the problem is worse because lifting themselves over tall edges hurts their joints. Research shows that boxes with sides lower than 5 inches reduced accidents by 74%. Lower walls mean less pain and more confidence. The fix is very easy. Replace high boxes with low ones or cut a doorway into the front of your current box. Add a soft mat for better grip, and you will see your cat's anxiety disappear. The eighth mistake is changing the type of litter overnight. Did you switch brands because of a sale or a new eco-friendly label? You may have just caused a major stress response in your cat. Cats depend heavily on routine and familiar smells to feel safe. Replacing the litter all at once is like someone replacing your entire bathroom with one from a foreign country while you sleep. It smells and looks alien, which is terrifying to a cat. Their litter box smells like them, which marks their territory. When you erase that scent, their brain senses danger. Studies show that sudden changes can spike stress hormones by 150%. This can lead to aggression, vomiting, or refusing to use the box. I have seen perfectly trained cats stop using their box just because the brand changed. Transition slowly by mixing in 20% of the new litter each day for 5 days. This gradual change keeps the scent memory alive and helps your cat feel secure. To you it is just litter, but to your cat, it is their world. The ninth mistake is not using enough litter. If you think using less saves money, you are wrong. You are actually making it hard for your cat to breathe. Cats have a natural instinct to bury their waist deep to hide their scent from predators. When the litter is too thin, you deny them this instinct. You force them to smell their own waste and live in a fog of chemicals. When urine hits the bottom of a plastic box without enough litter to absorb it, it releases ammonia gas. This toxin burns their nose and eyes. In bad boxes, these fumes are strong enough to damage a cat's lungs. When a cat walks away or pees elsewhere, they are trying to protect themselves. A good box needs at least 3 inches of litter. This depth allows for proper digging and odor control. Using more litter actually saves money because it allows clumps to form correctly, making it easier to remove waste without replacing the whole batch. Your cat's lungs and kidneys depend on that extra inch of depth. Mistake 10 is using harsh cleaners. Using bleach to clean the box is like using poison gas. When bleach mixes with the ammonia in cat urine, it creates a very toxic vapor. To you, it smells clean, but to your cat, it burns. One breath can hurt their airways and eyes. A cat's nose has 200 million scent receptors, making it much more sensitive than yours. What you think is a fresh scent feels like acid to them. Even standard floor cleaners leave behind chemicals. Your cat steps in the box, then licks their paws later, swallowing those toxins. This is slow poisoning, disguised as cleaning. I have seen cats with coughing fits and watery eyes that were caused entirely by cleaning products. The owners thought they were doing the right thing, but they were accidentally hurting their pets. The solution is simple and backed by science. Use unscented enzymatic cleaners that are made to break down urine and bacteria naturally. Use no harsh chemicals and no fake scents. Anything else turns your cat's bathroom into a dangerous place filled with fumes. The next time you want to use bleach, stop. You are not really cleaning. You are making the space unsafe. One deep cleaning with the wrong chemicals could ruin months of trust and hurt your cat's health forever. Keep it simple and keep it scentless. A safe litter box does not need to smell like flowers. It needs to let your cat breathe. Mistake 11 is using one scoop for every box. Using the same scoop for multiple boxes is not just messy, it is a health risk. You might think you are being fast, but you are actually spreading germs. Every time that scoop touches another box, it moves tiny bits of waste. Bacteria, parasites, and viruses that you cannot see can be deadly to your cats. The scary truth is that cat germs do not die easily. Some viruses can live on plastic for 7 days. Other parasites can stay on surfaces for a week or more, waiting for the next cat to touch them. One sick cat and one shared scoop can infect every box in your home. I have seen homes fall into chaos because of this. Owners clean floors and change food, but they never think about the scoop. Also, every scoop carries scent markers. Cats recognize each other's smells right away. When one cat's scent enters another's box, it causes stress and fighting. The fix is easy. Buy one scoop for each box, label them, and store them separately. A cheap scoop can save you from huge vet bills and weeks of stress. Mistake 12 is cleaning at random times. Cleaning only when you remember might seem okay to you, but it causes chaos for your cat. Cats do not live by our schedules. They live by patterns. Their world depends on routine for eating, sleeping, and using the bathroom. When you scoop at random hours, you destroy the rhythm that keeps your cat calm. Most people do not know that cats have internal clocks that are very accurate. They expect their litter box to be predictable. When it is not, their stress levels rise. Research shows that cats with irregular routines are 70% more likely to get sick from stress-related illnesses. If your bathroom was sometimes clean and sometimes dirty at random times, you would feel uncomfortable too. When a cat pees outside the box, it is often because of anxiety. They are looking for a safe, consistent place because they lost trust in their box. I have seen accidents stop in 1 week just by setting an alarm and cleaning the box at the same time every day. Routine creates safety and protects your cat's organs by lowering their stress. Mistake 13 is using plastic liners. Those liners might make cleaning easier for you, but they are hurting your cat. To your cat, they are a trap. Every time your cat steps inside, their claws get stuck, and the plastic makes a loud noise. To a cat with very sharp hearing, that crinkling sound is like a loud explosion. One bad experience can make them stop trusting the box. There is more danger beneath the plastic. Urine pools under the sheet and stays wet. The liner stops the litter from absorbing liquid, which allows bacteria to grow and create ammonia gas. Within a few hours, these fumes can reach levels that hurt a cat's lungs and eyes. Since cats put their noses close to the surface, they breathe this in every time they go. Long-term exposure to these fumes causes breathing problems and makes asthma worse. While you think you are keeping things clean, your cat's lungs are actually under attack. I have seen cats refuse to go into their box for days. They aren't being stubborn. They associate the sounds and smells of those liners with danger. One owner couldn't understand why her cat was peeing on the rug, but once she threw the liners away, the problem vanished overnight. The truth is that liners save you 30 seconds but cost your cat their comfort and health. They turn a safe spot into a noisy, slippery trap filled with fumes. The fix is to go natural. Use a bare plastic box with just litter. Your cat will dig freely and finally feel safe again. Mistake 14 is failing to track your cat's bathroom habits. The litter box is actually a medical chart. Every clump and every change tells a story about your cat's internal health. Most owners just scoop and move on, missing silent warnings that could be the difference between life and death. A healthy cat usually pees 2 to 4 times a day and poops once or twice. Any change is a red flag. Peeing too often can mean diabetes, while peeing less can signal a deadly blockage. Male cats can die within 48 hours if they cannot pee. They might cry softly or lick themselves before their body shuts down. Counting litter box visits could save your cat's life. Even the shape of the stool or a sudden foul smell matters. Spend 60 seconds a day checking the box so you know what is normal for your pet. Mistake 15 is using automatic litter boxes. To you, a $500 self-cleaning box is a convenience, but to your cat, it is a horror movie. The grinding motor and sudden movements make it feel like a predator is coming alive inside their bathroom. Many cats develop anxiety because these machines are unpredictable. If the motor starts while the cat is still inside, they may never trust the box again. These machines also fail, sensors get clogged, and they might not even detect a small kitten, leading to potential injury. Manual scooping takes only 1 minute and prevents years of psychological trauma. Skip the gadgets and use a regular scoop to build trust and safety. Mistake 16 is feeding your cat too close to their bathroom time. Forcing their brain to link the smell of food with the smell of waste is psychological torture. Cats have 200 million scent receptors, and they do not separate smells the way humans do. When the scent of dinner and feces overlap, their instincts scream danger. This stress can lead to nausea and food refusal. Studies show that cats fed right after using the box are much more likely to lose their appetite. I once saw a cat stop eating simply because its food bowl was moved too close to the litter box. The fix is the 45-minute rule. Never feed your cat within 45 minutes of them using the box, and keep the food and bathroom areas far apart. Mistake 17 is reacting poorly to the smell. Saying "you, that stinks" might seem harmless, but your cat understands your tone. When you show disgust, your cat feels rejected during a very vulnerable moment. They begin to link using the bathroom with shame and embarrassment. The litter box should be a place of relief, not a place where they feel they are upsetting you. By staying neutral and calm, you help your cat feel secure in their environment. When this happens many times, they start looking for a new place to go, anywhere they feel you won't judge them. This is why cats begin hiding their waste under beds, behind furniture, or in closets. They aren't being bad. They are trying to protect themselves from your disappointment. Research shows that cats who deal with negative reactions from their owners are 3 times more likely to avoid the litter box. Their bodies actually release stress hormones when they hear tension or anger in your voice. One frustrated moment from you can ruin weeks of built-up trust. I have seen owners cry when they finally realized their cat wasn't being mean, but was actually just scared. One small change can fix everything. Stay silent. Do not sigh, do not scold, and do not show disgust. Instead, offer calm acknowledgement or very quiet praise. Your reaction is what builds your cat's confidence. If you act grossed out, they feel ashamed. If you stay calm, they feel safe. Having a neutral face gives them peace of mind. So, the next time you notice a bad smell, just take a breath. Remember that you aren't just reacting to a mess. You are showing your cat that they are safe with you. Staying quiet protects the trust between you and your pet.